You muted, Coach I.
I'm all in the intro and ain't even got the mute off. You feel me? Welcome into Chuckin Buckets, another episode here on the Fanatic Sports Network. We appreciate y'all getting in, man. I'm here with my guys, man. We here to talk Grand Canyon win for the Lady Gamecocks and looking forward to Bowling Green tomorrow. So we appreciate y'all joining us. We're going to spin the intro and get back to it. Like I say, man, welcome into the Fanatic Sports Network here. This is the Chuckin Buckets podcast. The Chuckin Bucket boys are back. Listen, man, I actually really excited to be back talking some hoops. You know what I'm saying? Got my guy, Stat Guy. What's going on, Stat?
Hey, man. I'll go and say it. Winston Grady, we appreciate your defensive guru with the time you were at South Carolina, but sometimes you got to be on the other side of the coin, my dog.
It be like that sometimes. I got our other guy, KB, in the house. What's up, Biddles?
Man, what's good, man? Glad to see y'all boys.
Hey, man, here to talk another night to talk Lady Gamecock basketball. Stat Guy got the dogs in the background. They ready to get loose too, apparently. You know what I'm saying? So if you're new to the Chuckin Buckets, man, welcome in. Hit that like button, share it with somebody and another basketball. You know what I'm saying, fan. We here to talk South Carolina women's basketball and other SEC teams that might try to stand in the way for the Gamecocks to try to repeat as SEC champions on their way to trying to bring home some more national hardware. So, Biddles, give me your overall thoughts, man, on that Grand Canyon win. It was a big lopsided win. We knew that, but what'd you think about the game?
Right. I think a good game. I don't think we had any surprises kind of going into the game. I think it's one of those games where we, try to look to kind of minimize mistakes, see things that we kind of worked on, in practice from those exhibition games, and kind of seeing, what can carry over into the regular season. And I think a couple things maybe stood out defensively, maybe working out some rotational type things. But I mean, overall, I think a good game and some things that can be pulled out from going into the next game.
Right. I'm definitely there with you. Definitely easy win. I definitely thought Dawn was trying to work in some different rotations to see what everybody looking like. I think we're going to see a lot of that pre-SEC play. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not as much when they play, play Duke and then whoever they play between Texas, UCLA, those kind of games. But against the Grand Canyons. And to be honest with you, I mean, I know Bowling Green had a 15-point win Monday, but I don't expect it to be a close game. Maybe not as bad as, Grand Canyon, but hopefully we'll get to see some of that same thing. I mean, they tried a lot of different rotations. We're going to get into that too. A couple of rotations. I think we talked about, the type of rotations we could see, the players we could see, things of that nature. I'm going to tell you what, that number 0 for Grand Canyon, last name Man. She shoot that thing, man.
Let that thing go, boy. Let that thing go. Somebody need to guard it. She definitely on somebody's scout report.
Right. She was like, look, I know all the eyes going to be on South Carolina, but I'm going to be on the court too. You know what I'm saying? Right. She was letting it go from deep. So shout out to old Man for Grand Canyon, man. But like you say, like Stat said earlier, man, the assistant, we appreciate the time in Columbia, man, but it is what it is when you're facing the Lady Gamecocks. Stat Guy, give me your overall thoughts on the Grand Canyon game, man.
Yeah, good to see the two freshmen combined for 36 minutes. Obviously, they're going to be a vital part for us this year and the contributions they can give. And I really enjoyed kind of some of the different rotations and different looks we got at the lineup because we talked about it last week. What are some of these combinations that we're going to see, whether we need more scoring on the court or whether we need to get bigger and longer defensively? So definitely interesting to see Dawn already tinkering with that in game one.
Right. So we did see Maddie go down in the first game. Do we have an injury update on Maddie?
I don't think so. I think Dawn said she won't be playing tomorrow.
Okay, but it ain't long term season. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Yeah. I think she was on the bike today. She didn't practice as far as what Dawn said, but she was on the bike, just kind of stretch some things out. But probably just one of those things. We don't really need it, so let's not risk it type things. You know?
Right. I tell you what, like we said it in last week's episode. Talked about it's now no longer tournament Tessa, it's all season Tessa, and Tessa was trying to show us that. Tessa had 3 threes on Monday and 19 points to go with it. So I was definitely happy to see that. Like I say, I don't think Tessa, we kind of had a little, difference of opinion on whether or not Tessa would make it through the season as the starter. I believe so. I think this is going to be Tessa. I'm not saying she's dropping 19 every single night, but I think this is Tessa's mentality going forward. I was happy to see her actually, looking for a shot, not just waiting for wide open threes and things of that nature. So who impressed you the most, KB? Who was like, maybe it wasn't somebody you thought about, or maybe it was somebody you knew was going to come in and it just verified what you thought?
Yeah. I'm gonna call out 2 ladies. First, I'm gonna start with Latson, right? Like we knew what Latson would give us, just seeing her from ACC standpoint, from Florida State standpoint, but seeing her footwork, seeing her move without the ball, just seeing that live, kind of being at the game, like you get a little bit different perspective and understand why she was averaging 20, 22, whatever the points per game were at that level. And it's been a minute since we had this type of guard that could get downhill when she wanted to. Like I said,
Right.
Obviously we had Lay last year, but she was still kind of growing into herself. But when you get a seasoned guard like this that knows how to score at each level from the 3 on down, and then fast break. I know we talked about that in and out, Jeff, in the chat, like that. That was nasty. That was an in and out from the 3-point line, and then getting to the basket on one dribble. You can't teach that. You know what I'm saying? That just comes naturally from a lot of people.
Right. She did seem like she could get to the cut whenever she wanted to. She wasn't trying to really force the issue. I think she knew, to the team.
Yeah.
So they still, I think, outside of playing AAU with Raven, I think she's still trying to get that chemistry. She don't want to come in and like just dominate the ball, because at Florida State, she had to, but at South Carolina, that's one thing that I took away from Monday. I know it's Grand Canyon, but there's a lot of offensive options on the floor. Stat. Who was your player or players that you liked or impressed you on Monday?
Well, first, for sure, Latson is as advertised. I wondered how that was going to fit in. And what I wanted to see is that she doesn't lose that mentality to hunt for herself, because there will come a time that we need her to take over when we go in scoring droughts. It happens every year, and we haven't for a long time had the guard, especially I don't know if we've ever had it from the guard sense of like, get the ball to her and just get out of the way. And that in and out was just so beautiful. I just love beautiful basketball, and that thing was nasty. And then on the other side, one of the freshmen, I got McKeer, who I've been super high on all off season. 19 minutes, but it was the 3 blocks. And I think defensively, she's long, and she's athletic. I think that's where she's going to make her staple, especially this freshman year. But really impressed what she brought on the defensive side of the ball for us in this first game. And if she keeps playing like that, she's gonna make Dawn play her because of what she can do on that side of the basketball.
Right. I definitely was impressed with Makir agility to be so tall and wiry like that. She has really good feet. You know what I'm saying? So she definitely she's quicker than she looks as well. So, and then with all that length, if she can bring that on both ends of the court, there's definitely going to be a problem. Like I say, I was impressed just with a lot of the ladies. Again, Tessa, of course, coming out being aggressive, but I was impressed with Ayla McDowell. I think that McKeer is better currently. I think McDowell has a higher ceiling because she's way more athletic. Like when you watch her, you just watch the way her body move. Now she was hunting that shot. Now you know what I'm saying. She's definitely hunting that shot.
She a shooter,
right?
But you know what? Coming in now, I like Tessa's form a little bit better when they came in, but coming in very similar backgrounds. But she hunts her shot the way all 3 of us wish Tessa. Like we wish Tessa would be a hunter like that. And sometimes you need, like, if I can't wait for the game we see her on, like she might go stupid and give us 25 or 30.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know if there's anybody one-on-one that can defend her. Like I say, she's not as polished as Makira currently, but I think the ceiling is higher. I think they both got high ceilings, but I think hers is a little bit like her. Like I say, the way she moves after, laterally, the way she can put the ball on the floor, she can do the midi, and then just her athleticism. You can tell when she moves a little bit different than the rest of the girls on the floor. So, shout out to Raven, man. Raven running the thing, you know what I'm saying? Like we thought she was going to do. The girls, so not to be too enamored with just the new girls, you know what I'm saying? So, shout out to.
I think it's a possibility, man. We might see a triple double out of Raven this year, man. Like,
ooh, you saw the three.
Yes, I mean, you get 10 points. I think what she had eight rebounds, 7 assists, something like that. But I mean, you flirting around with that, not really even playing the whole game or playing, maybe even your regular minutes in that type of game. But the way she can stay on the boards as a guard, man, is probably the most impressive thing for me. Like I said, we know what she's gonna bring on defensive side from a leadership side. But when you need people to hit the boards, you can count on your point guard, which is icing on the cake. You know what I'm saying? Right. You gotta love that. You can get your point guard to rebound the ball and then automatically be in transition. Don't have to kick it out. Like, you gotta love that.
Right. And I know it was the first game of the season again against Grand Canyon. Just speaking on, things that we like, but there was a couple of things that I do want to see as the season is going. I know it's the first game, but South Carolina, a different level program. So you judge them a little bit different, you know what I'm saying? We don't judge them like not for nothing, Ole Misses and Georgia ladies basketball of the world. You know what I'm saying? They are at an elite echelon. So when we're talking like clean these things up, or we like these things as it pertains to making a run to the national championship. And with that said, I need my girl Joyce to stop smoking layups. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. It's first game, but you've been playing all through the summer, wherever you've been practicing with the team. We smoking them bunnies, man. We got to have them. You know what I'm saying? So I think she capable of this thing. I want to say Joyce had 15, 16, 17, and she missed like 3-4 layups. You know what I'm saying? So I think, stat calling for her to be on all the award watch lists. I don't know if you're going to get both, Stat. I don't know if you're going to get Joyce on all the watch lists and have the freshmen doing what they doing. We'll see how that plans out. But, KB, what's something you want the Gamecocks to work on?
Oh, man. If I got to call out somebody, man, I think I got to call out Colt, man. Like, 4 rebounds. Like, we bring you over here, at 6'6", 6'7", to still be a double-double, monster here. Like I said, I understand you may not have gotten your regular season, maybe SEC type minutes that's up and coming, but 4 rebounds, I need you to have more than my point guard. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we gave credit to Raven at the rebounds, but at the same time, Raven should not have to get those rebounds. You know what I'm saying? We brought you over here for a reason. I just need to see a little bit more out of her, which I think we will. But it's kind of a slow transition in the beginning.
I'm with you on that, especially for her height. That's what at the end of the day, that's what Dawn brought her over there for. Those rebounds, that post presence. Dawn's always had a good post presence on those national championship runs, and if this year is going to be the same, okay, definitely got to bring it. No matter if they're playing Grand Canyon or if they're playing Texas. So, Stat, I know you was watching everything. Tell me something you want to see the game, because again, first game we know, but you always looking to polish up as you go along.
Yeah, and there's 2 things, and they go hand in hand together. And so the first thing, through the 2 exhibitions and then the game on Monday night, we have to do a better job of running teams off the 3-point line. Our 3-point perimeter defense is by far the worst part of our defense on the team, and it's kind of been that way for a couple years. But we have to do a better job of running these girls off the line, forcing them into tough 2s, and not just be catching shooters against us. And doing that will fix the second problem, which is rebounding in total. We only out-rebounded Grand Canyon 38-31, and it should never be that close against that kind of – like, that should be the rebounding totals against, like, Tennessee or somebody. We should be out-rebounding Grand Canyon by 20. And so – but because we're giving up all these 3s, that's how you get long rebounds, and that counteracts your size. That takes Joyce and Okada out of the picture, because now it's just scrambles for your guards. One thing defensively I did like is I felt we did better on 50-50 balls Monday night than kind of how we started last year. So that did please me a little bit. But yeah, run these girls off the 3-point line, force them into tough twos, and then we got to do a better job of just in total on the boards and dominate.
I'm with you. They did get a lot of open looks from the three. Like I said, I think we talked about Zero man from Grand Canyon got plenty of looks, almost any look that she wanted. It wasn't because she was just crossing chicks up, leaving them. It's just she was open. Like we gotta, like you say, do a better job running them off. Maybe give them a 2 or push them down to Ocott, make her earn that NIL. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to get down there. So we saw Adele Tack get a lot of minutes, and it's early in the season. She's still the same stat. Is she good for just giving people breathers? What's her role looking like this year?
Hey, you got 5 fouls. Go ahead and use them, big girl. Hey. I don't know how many minutes she's gonna get on the court, but when you on the court, I need you to be. They don't even need to be the best version of yourself, but right. I need you to be the most physical version of yourself. Night in and night out. She's 6'4", 6'5". She got some weight too. I need you to put that body on somebody and make them realize you're there. The one thing I was impressed with her, and this, I mean, we were all laughing about it in the chat, but was the rebound putback, getting the and one. We hadn't seen that from her before. So that was a little bit of progress, but that's a very minor thing to be. When you're excited about something like that, it just shows where the player is. But she big. She just needs to be physical when she does get her time.
Right. We got SC bread. What's going on? We appreciate you getting in. I don't know where y'all get y'all sources from, but if Duke women's ball isn't overrated, like I said, after one game, they have to play the game, the court, not the height. Again, you're right. One game, and maybe they aren't the same team. But when you're giving preseason predictions, you have to go based on what you know from what they've done, what the coach has done, the players that they had, and what they're capable of. I mean, Fuwali was capable of being an All-American, but she wasn't at South Carolina. So you have to go based on what you have. So, yeah, I didn't get to see the game that they played. They played Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. Duke. End of the game you told me about against.
They played against Baylor. High noon tip off, but I mean it was a good game, but they should have taken care of it. If you are who everybody's saying you are,
right,
you have to win that game, and they didn't.
Right. And what is Duke's preseason ranking?
Like 9th, 11th. Something like
that. So to be fair, SC Brad, it wasn't just us saying. You said where we're getting our sources from. That's where the nation is probably getting their sources from. And I think in some, like for instance, Duke is nowhere near the South Carolina's level, but Carol Lawson is a really good coach, and I think some of that has to do with her coaching acumen. You know what I'm saying? To think that she can get the girls ready by the time conference play comes, and we'll see. We'll revisit this. Stay with us, SC Bread. Stay with us. Let's revisit by the time they get the ACC play and see if they still overrated. They may not be the 9th best team in the nation, but let's see if they overrated. Appreciate you getting in, my guy. So coming up, we got Bowling Green tomorrow night coming to Columbia. This is they was ranked higher than 9th. They were 6th, right? So apparently it wasn't just us. But again, we don't know if that's right or not right now. I mean, Florida State football looked like world beaters before when they beat Alabama, but what they look like now. My bad, KB. My bad. But yeah, man, tomorrow got Bowling Green. You know, Dawn already dusted off one former assistant. Now she's taking on another one, and Coach Shamil. Coach Shamil actually coached her her last season at with the Charlotte Sting. The very next year, Dawn got the Temple job, and he became her assistant, and then again for South Carolina, 2015 to 2023. Hey, she like the Nick Saban of women's basketball. She's just dusting off assistants.
Yeah, and this is cool. Bowling Green obviously coming to Soda City this year, but we took the trip to Bowling Green last year.
Right.
To kind of help him out. And that's one of the things I think I like most about Dawn isn't just that we'll play anybody. just call me. I'm down to play anybody. But she goes to these smaller campuses and gives them a money game and says, hey, you don't just have to come here. My fans travel. They'll come to wherever y'all at, and we'll pack your gym out too, and you can make some money off of us. So really cool. And it's got to be cool too for a former assistant to obviously go. I mean, you're outmatched, but get to see players that you probably helped recruited or helped coach with, and so just a cool thing. But unfortunately, again, now you're on the other side of the coin, and that scoreboard's going to show it tomorrow night.
Right. We talked about some of the lineups we saw against the Grand Canyon. I think later on in the game, later in the third quarter, fourth, and early in the fourth, and throughout the fourth, we seen some. Both of the freshmen were on the floor at the same time. You had Joyce in the game, and then you had at that time Adele Tack was at the 5. That was a pretty big lineup. So I started looking at the Bowling Green. These girls, 5'8", 5'8", 5'7", saying 6'1", 6'1". So I think South Carolina, it ain't like a UCLA over everybody height advantage, but I think they definitely gonna have the height advantage, especially when they go young like that. KB, you like that tall lineup, or you like going small where we move Joyce over to the 5?
Man, I'm glad you kind of mentioned Joyce to the 5, man. I've actually got a lineup in my head now that you're saying that, man. But to start out the game, yeah, we start tall, we dominate. I think we get the presence down low, improve that post game that we didn't have in the last game at Grand Canyon. But I do see us kind of playing around with some lineups. I could easily see Joyce at the 5. I could easily see McKeer at the 4, Raven, Tessa, Latson lineup. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we take Raven out. Maybe we put our other freshmen in. Like, I can see that type of small ball lineup against this type of team. Like I said, maybe
maybe not in SEC play.
Yeah, let's see if we can look like and get up and down. Let's get an AAU feel. You know what I'm saying? Let's get up and down. We know we can score. Let's get these freshmen out in the open court and just kind of see, build their confidence and more than anything going into the next couple of weeks as we start to play some of these other teams.
Right. And I think, you talk about the AAU feel. I know Latson and Raven are like that from their days playing together. And, McKeer and McDowell just coming off of that type of circuit. Stat, are you more for trying to, in these type of games against the Bowling Greens, to see what it looked like, maybe to throw it at some teams in the SEC play? Do you like more of the smaller lineups, or do you like trying to go big where you have, a lot of that height, like the whether it's Okot and then Joyce and then the 2 freshmen, because both of the freshmen are coming in at 6'1", 6'2", you know what I'm saying? And what's Raven, 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", something like that. So that's a big lineup.
Right. And and then potentially Tessa with them at 5'11", 6 foot. I think for these games, give me the big lineup, because I think naturally we can run the small lineup. That's not taking a whole lot of anything different. It's Joyce sliding to the 5, Maker sliding down to the 4, but everything is very symmetrical for what we normally do. But with this big lineup because, we saw McKeer running the point a little bit. And so, like, if you're going to go her at the 1, Tess at the 2, McDowell at the 3, Joyce at the 4, Okot at the 5. Like, let's work on that some Friday night. I don't want to see that for some serious minutes for the first time against Tennessee.
Right. So, and what you saying, like you said, we did see McKeer bring the ball up a good bit of times. I would like to see that in against a team that's going full court, man. You know what I'm saying? I think she can handle it. I just want to see her do it on the college level because, again, you never know when an injury is going to take place. And if they don't have to, I don't want to see Lasson at the point, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I want her to be free to do what she need to do when she get the ball on the offensive side of the court. You know what I'm saying? So listen, this game tomorrow, I don't know if they do spreads in the early games for the women's basketball, but like I say, Bowling Green beat Louisiana, the Raging Cajuns. They beat them by 15. I want to say it was 82-67. Last year, I think the Gamecocks won by 30, if I'm not mistaken, or 27, something like that, when they went to Bowling Green. So tomorrow, looking for the same thing. KB, something you want to see tomorrow against Bowling Green, you know what I'm saying, for the Gamecocks, whether it's to start fast or to try the lineups, whatever it is, what you want to see tomorrow against Bowling Green?
I'll call out two things. One thing, just with two players, Tessa and Latson. Consistency from the last game. Like I said, we've seen you put up these points. We've seen you go, be semi-aggressive. And they probably wasn't as aggressive as they could have been in that type of game. But we've seen Tessa like hitting the shots. We've seen her shooting with no dribble. We've seen Latson getting downhill. Let's carry it over and be consistent going into that next game. Second thing, we got to work on that gap defense, man. Like, it's got to be better. Like, I think from last game, there was a lot of switching when there shouldn't have been switching. There was a lot of some drives to the basket, even though, these girls were just trying to, get to the basket. But at the same time, you got to be disciplined a little bit more. And a lot of it was like some freshman mistakes. So I kind of get some of those things. But I think a lot of it is them kind of working together still and trying to figure out that, defensive rotations, help side, and things like that. So we got to have some improvement going into the next game with that.
Right. What about you, Stat? What you looking for tomorrow? What you want to see?
For me, I want to see Okite take another step forward. Let's see if we can get back to her double ways. Even if the double doesn't come, let's shoot for like a 12-8 or 12-7. Like, be more effective in the post and on the glass. And then the other thing is I've been wanting it for a couple years now. I want to see Tessa Hunt. Like, I want to, and I mean, it's selfish and it might not happen because it doesn't fit into the offensive scheme, but I want to see Tessa Hunt because she has the best jump shot on the team. She might have the prettiest form in all of women's basketball. So,
facts. All right. So,
one thing about had me thinking about Ocote. I think they say it's Ocote. Is how you pronounce it. That's what I've been saying. But I wonder if it's the thing now as I started thinking, like, she hadn't been used to playing with these guards that just we've got good guards. There's no doubt about it. Our guard play is like good. I've seen a few plays where they try to get it down low, they couldn't get it down low. But when the guard play is so good, I'm wondering, will she be that 12 or 13 points per game? Like I say, you can still go get your rebounds, but maybe she's 9 points a game, 8 points a game, 10 points a game, something like that. But now I'm starting to second guess. Not that it's her, but maybe our guard play is that good. That she's not getting the touches like she would at the previous school.
Right. And SC Brad, man, you all in my head. The two things I want to see, and this is just not just for tomorrow, but like going forward, but especially like in a game like tomorrow, like Joyce has been really good. Joyce has been last year, she was pretty steady, but it was more like a 12, 13 to 15, you know what I'm saying? But like SEC Brett said, for her to be one of the top 3 players coming out of high school, like I want to see Joyce take over. You know what I'm saying? Like for a post player, like she's a natural forward, not a center. I mean, I know she could play center if we needed her to, but she can dribble. She, you know what I'm saying? She can dribble. We already know she can finish on a fast break. She should be. I know Stat, you don't want to see her taking threes, but I want to see her develop that in her game because I feel like she has it. She has good ball handling for a player that size. She has good footwork down in the post, but it's like it hasn't been that game where it's like, oh man, they just can't stop Joyce. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see that. If I can see it tomorrow, that'd be great. You know what I'm saying? Like I know Bowling Green ain't Tennessee, LSU, UConn or Texas or nothing. But if you can do it against them, then you can eventually do it against those other players. And then I also want to see. I saw a little bit of it against Grand Canyon. I know Latson was brought here for her offense, but Latson got some quick hands on defense. Yeah, and listen, if she can be a two-way player now, they'll give us 20 and getting some steals. Listen, I know you say Joyce for the awards, but Latson say, hold up now, hold up.
And while I believe I was completely in the wrong last week saying that because from what I saw Monday night, it looks like these guards are going to run the show. Thanks. And while Joyce is a nice piece, I think Joyce is used as a mismatch weapon when need be. I think we're going to go as far as the 3-headed monster of Latson, Tessa, and Raven carry us.
Right, and I think having that dominant guard play on the outside, especially when the freshmen come in the game and get loose on offense, that should free up that paint for Joyce to get down there. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you got Olcott in the game. You know, she should draw a lot of attention. So, shouldn't be a lot of double teams on Joyce and that. She should be able to work out when she get that ball down there. So, I'm with Mr. SC Bread man on that one. Like, we need to see Joyce be that player that we all know that she can be, especially with the athletic tools that she was given. But yeah, I think Latson could be. I ain't saying she raving on defense, but I'm telling you, like, she got quick hands, she got quick feet, and she got good instincts. So she could, and because now she don't have to carry the load, she probably will end up being the leading scorer, but that's not what she has to do every game. Then, you know, sometimes when you ain't got to be that, we watch Kevin Durant be a better defensive player when he went to Golden State, even though he was dropping 30, but he didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? He have to carry the load. So I'm interested to see. I would like to see that from Latson for her to be that two-way player, not just a decent defensive player, but be one of the top defensive players on the team going forward. So I think, you know, this Bowling Green game, it's more of the same when you're talking about a team like South Carolina and the elite status that they are. It's just working out the kinks, you know what I'm saying? Getting ready for the Vegas tournament, get ready for SEC play. And if you're just not joining us, man, it's the Chuckin Buckets show on Fan Sports Network, where we talk all things South Carolina women's basketball and the rest of the SEC who's trying to stand in the way. And before we continue the show, if you just bear with us for a word from me about our sponsors. Hey, just take a break right here. It's your boy, Coach I, Chuckin Buckets. You know how we get down, man. Just to let you know, today's episode brought to you by Swipe Fast. That's swipe with a Y, Swipe Fast. If you're looking for a way to keep majority of that hard-earned profit, you know what I'm saying, and still continue to grow your business, check out Swipe Fast. It's a merchant services company that's got over 26 years of combined experience helping businesses of all sizes, man, with debit card, credit card processing, things of that ways, you know, in the most efficient and cost-saving ways, man. So whether you're a restaurant, retail store, e-commerce, or you process business-to-business payments, Swipe Fast has a solution to fit all the needs, man. You can visit them at swipefast.com. That's swipe with a Y, fast.com. Or you can just call them at 1-800-597-0713. No strings attached, and get you a cost analysis. Don't forget ask about that revolutionary pricing cash discount too, man. It's saved business owners up to 99% of the current processing fees. Let them know Chuckin Buckets sent you, man. Now back to the regular scheduled program. That's right, man. Swipe Fast. They are based in Columbia, South Carolina. So if you are in the area and need that for your business needs, then check out Swipe Fast. So after this Bowling Green, let's talk a little scheduling, future scheduling, fellas. Future scheduling. It was announced that the Gamecocks will be playing in Paris next year. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Who's that? Do we have the opponent already, or is it just several teams are going over there?
So we play Maryland, and the other game is Oklahoma, North Carolina.
Okay. Oklahoma going on there, but Reagan Beers won't be there. But the freshman will be, you know, the superstar freshman, Chavez, you know what I'm saying? And we never know who they're going to recruit. So, but a trip to Paris, you know what I'm saying, just watching basketball, that might not be that bad. Don't they got packages out already, Stat?
Yeah. If you sitting at the house and you sitting on $1,500, go ahead and send it to the Stat Guy one time, and you can find me out in Paris. But yeah, so the VIP package, $1,500, a ticket to the game. You get 2 VIP dinners with the team. Get some autographs, some photos, whatever. And then you get paid transportation to and from all the events. Of course, that does not include your flight out there or the hotel. But hey, dinner with Dawn Staley 2 times. What up?
Right. Hey, who will know? We'll have to see. Maybe if the South Carolina fans keep supporting Chuckin Buckets, Chuckin Buckets might be able to send a representative over there. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, but there's also the game against Connecticut, correct, KB, next year?
Yeah. I got Connecticut back on the schedule, which is a good game to even have on the schedule from a non-conference perspective, but also having it kind of early on though too. That previously it's kind of been later in the season with that. But honestly, I think that kind of speaks to Dawn. I know Stat kind of led to it earlier as far as playing some, some like the Bowling Greens, right? But obviously, it's tough for the Lady Gamecocks to get people on the schedule. But when you can get a matchup like that early in the season, even like a couple weeks, we're looking at the USC versus USC game.
Right.
But I think it just speaks more to Dawn wanting to try to grow the women's game of basketball, just trying to make it a little bit better. The Paris thing, I think that goes hand in hand with that as well, as far as from an international standpoint. But at the same time, there's no doubt in my mind that's a recruiting visit as well. Somebody it's gonna be somebody door in Paris trying to see what's what over there. So this being the second go around, it's no doubt, a really third time around for her, as far as her going to the Olympics, witnessing the Olympics over there.
Right.
There's definitely some let's say some recruits. I'll just say some recruits. There's probably some recruits over there. Somebody knocking down some doors over there.
Right. That game next year at UConn. Shout out to my cousin Ebony. She is the dean of the law school at UConn. Cuzzo, we might need that backstage tour. See if you can talk to Gino for us. You know what I'm saying? We might have to send a couple of representatives of the Chuckin Buckets to that game. Never been to UConn. I think Stat been up there one time, or at least so in the area. You know what I'm saying? That might not be a bad game to go to, as long as it ain't snowing. I ain't trying to get stuck up. That snow is crazy up there.
A November rough time of year. And then the other big scheduling news was the Queen City Classic. We got 3 straight years of games in Charlotte. We get North Carolina, NC State, and UConn as well. I hate not getting UConn at home. You figure it's home and away. I hate we don't get them back at home. So maybe we see them back in Columbia in 28. But
do you want them in Columbia?
Yeah, I mean, it don't matter, but that'll be cool.
Ain't no more paid, so yeah, bring them on.
Yeah, but that'll be cool to see them. That'll be a really cool game for Charlotte. They love women's basketball up that way. They're trying to get a WNBA team back, right. And so I think that'll be good to see South Carolina and UConn on that stage at Spectrum Arena in uptown Charlotte. Excuse me. They like to be in uptown, not a downtown.
Right. It's uptown. Don't get it twisted. Don't have Charlotte fans coming in the comments on us. You know what I'm saying? So I'm liking all the scheduling. And you said it earlier. Dawn mentioned it even last year. It's hard for her to get games to schedule because people don't want to get, they don't want to get blown out. That's basically what it ends up being. So I think with that said, I think that the schools like the UConns. I mean, and as long as Juju, she's redshirting this year, she still has another year though. So, she come back next year at USC. Do we see the USC in 2026? Is that will we see that? We don't know.
I don't think so.
Not on the schedule yet, but it's women's for college sports, women's basketball might be the craziest scheduling wise. This stuff is kind of getting released early. Normally, you don't hear about games getting finalized in the schedule until like June.
I know. Well, Doris, I think it's strategic because for one, like KB said earlier, anytime you can go travel somewhere and put on a show in front of the home state, you start to turn eyes, and that helps with recruiting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, in football, they do it all the time. It ain't just to get the money. Yes, it is to get the money, but it's also to play in front of a new set of recruiting, lines. You know what I'm saying? If you don't always play in front of California kids not necessarily always get to watch a South Carolina women's basketball just because it's strictly because of the time zone. You know what I'm saying? So whether it's California, whether it's New York, UConn, whatever it is, it's like always playing in front of other venues always help with recruiting. But it's also, I think, strategic, KB, because of the problem scheduling people done. Like, let me just jump in to some of these classics in Paris and stuff, because now I don't have to worry about scheduling because, hey man, you get tired of just say, hey man, y'all want to play? Nah, we good.
Yeah. Going back to the Spectrum schedule for next year, man, I think that North Carolina South Carolina matchup is bigger than what we probably even thinking about, because I went to the Duke Texas game Monday, right, at the Spectrum Center. nothing but Duke fans. I mean, I seen some Texas fans here and there. I went with my cousin; he was a Texas fan, but I see it totally different in the women's game. Like this could easily be a 50-50 type crowd, right? Like we know the Gamecock fans are going to travel regardless, but now you're doing that in the backyard. You know what I'm saying? You don't have a team that's all the way across the country trying to come into the Spectrum Center in Charlotte to try to match up. But I think there's some strategy behind that. We could easily see recruits at that particular game, and trying to win the state when you talk about a South Carolina, North Carolina recruitment type standpoint. So I think it's a lot behind that.
Right. Shout out to the Gamecocks in the comments. Farrell said, yes, they do get USC again, and they'll come to South Carolina. And Gamecock Chuck, appreciate both of y'all getting in, says they actually going to be in Greenville. They're playing at the Bon Secours on November the 15th. Gamecock Chuck, say less. Hey,
I know where we at.
Hey, Chuckin Buckets will be there. So if y'all are in the region, in the southeastern region, in the Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida area, or you just flying in for the game, Chuckin Buckets will be at that one. Believe me. I had to talk to my mama. Shout out to my mama and the Bon Secours staff over there. You know what I'm saying? See what we can get on some early purchases or something like that. So, but that'll be good. Hopefully, Juju will be back 100%. I love watching, no matter what the sport is, I love watching the top players at each school, actually fully healthy, go against each other, especially when it ain't my team. You know what I'm saying? I like I like for good matchups, you know what I'm saying? So, but shout out to Dawn for going above and beyond to schedule these kind of games. As fans, we want to see the Caitlins versus the Angel Reeses. We want to see, say last year the South Carolinas versus the UConns. And you ain't always guaranteed that in March. You know what I'm saying? Somebody might get tripped up, or you assume. Well, I know me and Stat talk a lot of times. I be wanting the top teams to be in separate brackets so they can all meet in the Final Four. You know what I'm saying? I don't want them meeting in the Sweet 16 or nothing what I'm saying? Or the Elite 8. Now, let's meet in the Final Four. You know what I'm saying? So
I think that's why it was so good to see that 8-9 matchup the other day. We see Tennessee versus North Carolina State, right? You know what I'm saying? We see that early on, and we see how good of a matchup that is. We see North Carolina State squeak that out. You know what I'm saying? And maybe they run into Duke, maybe they don't run into Duke, but you know what I'm saying? We see that early on. We don't have to wait till, like I said, late November or, conference to kind of see some good matchups, which is good.
Right. Speaking of Tennessee, NC State going around the SEC, didn't Tennessee lose one of their starters to injury?
No,
not injury. Got kicked off the team. Yeah. Was it the former? It wasn't the former South Carolina player, was it?
No, Ruby Whitehorn.
Whitehorn, yeah, she was big for them last year. Whitehorn, I remember that name in the tourney. Oof, what was it? It was off the field issues, no details released.
Two arrests since August the 2nd. Got hit for assault, but I think it was like a domestic assault. And then after their what was it? Was it after the first game? Maybe after an exhibition game. Got hit driving around campus like 4:00 in the morning with a little bit of weed in the car. So
tough. And not that she would have been like a top 10 pick or anything, but she might have had a tryout with a team. But character issues will definitely do you in as far as the WNBA. Some of the girls that's really good in college, they don't have no flaws. It's just they ain't got enough roster spots. You know what I'm saying? We see that every year. Girls get drafted late in the first round, sometimes second, and it's just like, hey, let's go find a job. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but for a Tennessee that does the hockey substitutions, 5 on 5 off, they want to get up and down, full court the whole game, jack up a bunch of shots. She averaged like 15.4 last year. So this is a major. I mean, she played big minutes for them and was a major contributor off of that team, and a piece that they expected to have back. So definitely a big loss for the Lady Vols.
Shout out to my Lady Dolls for getting the win over Furman, 91-45. Listen, we take the wins where we can get them. You know what I'm saying? Listen, hey, not for nothing. Shout out to my girl Sadia Roundtree and Keija Hollencorn. When I was in school at Georgia, we was we was at the top of the game. We didn't get the win, but we played for it. So I just want to get back to consistently making it to Sweet 16. You know what I'm saying? We ain't South Carolina right now. So I just want to get back to consistently doing that. Saw Alabama beat McNeese 64-44. Mizzou took out Tulane, but it was a tough one. You know what I'm saying? 77-69. Florida beat up on UTC 94-52, and Kentucky taking it out on Monmouth 104-46. Listen, man, old Strachan Company back. You listen, we don't know what they got out there. We know, like we said, we all like the coach. We'll see what they got. You know what I'm saying? When they come to CLA, you know what I'm saying? So, what other team did you get to see anybody else stat in this week?
Yeah, I mean LSU with the big win as well. Fuwali coming off the bench for him, not starting. 21 minutes, 21 points, 7 steals. Like she was doing the things that we saw glimpses of. The thing is can she be the player that Kim Mulkey wants her to be, or will she end up in the doghouse?
That's interesting. And what I'm looking at right now, it says that Southeast Louisiana and LSU are about to tip off or are already playing. Maybe it doesn't have the score update. Yeah, they are already playing. There was. God. Yeah, it just got finished. Easy. 115-26. Jesus. Yeah, easy.
That's what Kim Mulkey does to him.
But yeah, I saw some people posting about the Fuwali numbers, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I think we all think Fuwali's talented. I just think, you know, I think one of her biggest things in Columbia was the defense, the help side defense, and some of the lackadaisical minded, you know, passing that Dawn didn't like, you know what I'm saying, making it a hard pass when it was could have been a simple pass, you know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, she still showed glimpses the whole time she was in Columbia. So again, we talked about this last episode stat. So you saw the numbers from Fuwali. You was more of, she was one of the top players, 5 or 6 in the nation than I think KB and I last season. With that said, and what she did, again, albeit lower competition, does that change your, you know, is it making you look harder at your prediction for LSU not being a top 5 SEC team?
Man, you know what? Nah, I'm standing 10 toes down on that one. I'm standing 10 toes down. Because you know what? We've seen them do this since Kim Mulkey's arrival at Louisiana State. This is what they do in the non-conference. Like, to me, okay, you beat somebody 115-26, and I was pulling it up. It was loading. It probably won't have it yet, but I want to know how many minutes your top 6 or 7, because they've only gone about 6 or 7 deep.
I was about to say Mulkey normally only go about 7 deep. So to say,
but to my point, this is why though, in these type of games, this is when you develop your bench. This is when you see if they can help you, and she doesn't. And then when you get in the thick of it, you run into deeper teams, and now you gasping for air in the fourth quarter. So you know what? I'm standing on business. Yeah. They're not finishing in the top 5 of the SEC. Get at your boy if you're mad. I don't care.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I don't know about that stat. Even I mean, looking at some of the box scores, I mean, the minutes aren't loaded, but I mean, everybody scored points except one of the, I think Jada, kind of surprisingly had 0 points, but
everybody else has been kind of taking some of Fuwali minutes, ain't it?
Right. And yeah, I think you you might just be standing in the wrong right here, just out of spite.
We're gonna let you stand over there by yourself, right?
Yeah. If they pull Fuwali off the bench, man, that's something Kim Mulkey hadn't had in years. It's like that type of bench player. Whether you put Jada on the bench or whether you put Fuwali on the bench, like she hasn't had that. Yes, she doesn't go deep. She goes 7, maybe 8 because of foul trouble or something like that. But we're gonna see a different LSU team than we've seen in the past.
Right, Kim Mulkey is the Tom Thibodeau of what's his name of women's basketball, because he be playing them guys like, you know, 38 out of 40 minutes, wearing them out. Right. But hey, to Kim Mulkey's credit, she always be there in the postseason. You know what I'm saying? She always be in there in the postseason. So we'll see how they 115. She didn't take no. She didn't take Auburn that's Auburn men. Okay, let's see what the win was. Who else playing today? Auburn. What we seen from Auburn? Auburn ain't got nothing this year. I don't think they playing today. Okay. All right. Well, with that said, man, listen, if y'all just now joining us, thank you for coming in. This is Chuckin Buckets on the Fan Sports Network, where we talk all things Gamecocks women's basketball and the other SEC teams trying to stand in the way. Gamecocks are 1-0. We know it's Grand Canyon, but it's always, hey, listen, we want to win all of it. It doesn't matter if you're playing Grand Canyon or if you're playing, you know what I'm saying, Texas. You're trying to win them all. And you should beat those teams the way that you should when they are a lower level. Now, still some things to clean up. First game, we know that, but this is the same talk. I can guarantee you, probably a little bit more harsher than that Dawn's having with the team, you know what I'm saying, or had with the team earlier this week, especially that rebound. I didn't realize that the rebounder was so close. We definitely need more than 4 KB out of Ocott, you know what I'm saying? Like, how many points did Ocott score Monday, by the way? Is that, you know?
I don't. I know it was double digits, so because all 5 starters scored in double digits.
Okay, well, at least you gave double digits, but we need to see a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? We want players to clean up. Maybe, listen, I think as a whole, us three were more impressed with the backcourt than we were with the front court. Would that be safe to say?
For sure.
Okay. Absolutely. All right, and again, this may, you know, I know in the championship years, the front court led the way with the Leah Boston, Asia Wilson, things of that nature, but this may be a year where it's the backcourt that's leading the way. Shout out to my girl Zaya Cook. I meant to get on you earlier. You said, I don't know if we ever, I don't know last time we had a girl we could just get a ball to and get out of the way. Shout out to Zaya Cook.
Yeah, but on that team, when you needed the bucket, it wasn't Zaya Cook. It was get the ball to Aaliyah Boston.
But you said
guard-wise.
You said that I don't remember when last time we had a guard that could do that. Listen, she can't help that she played with one of the best centers in Gamecock history. You know what I'm saying? But she can get loose like that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying when the game was on the line, we knew where that ball was going, and it wasn't going for her to shoot.
Facts. All right, man, we're gonna close this thing out. Listen, we're gonna be coming to y'all live every Thursday to recap some games and look at Ocott 12. Appreciate that Gamecock Chuck with the actual stat, 12 points for Ocott. Get that up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Get that up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? 94 points. I need a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotta be.
Right. Let's hit that 15 mark then against Bowling Green Ocott. You know what I'm saying? But maybe in SEC play when there's more like the Reagan Beers, you know, style, maybe there's more people to play against. You know, and then she say, hey, we play great. Hey, y'all got it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all doing y'all thing. Go ahead and do it. So, we'll be coming to y'all live, man. Right. Every Thursday night at 9:00 Eastern time to do a recap or talk about all things South Carolina Gamecocks. We'll also be releasing videos for previews, you know, at least one a week. Next week is, why I want to say that's.
Next week we'll be previewing the Southern Cal game, yeah? That they play
Southern,
on Saturday.
They play on Saturday, yes, but that'll be who did it? They play Bowling Green tonight, and then they don't play until USC.
No, Clemson.
We'll be releasing a video for Clemson coming up. Yeah. I was about to say I knew just because Clemson is an in-state rival for those that don't stay in South Carolina, and they are not on this game women's Gamecocks level, but it is an in-state rival. You want to beat them bad. Nonetheless, so we appreciate y'all rocking with us tonight. KB, any parting words before we get up out of here?
No, man, just looking forward to just getting better game over game, man, with these Lady Gamecocks.
Right. Stat, what you got for the people?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw this up real quick. Damn. To answer this comment, Clemson is kind of on the rise with their new coach. Clemson just landed a top 25, I believe, player in this year's class, and we will get our answer to this question next year when you have probably a top 20, top 15 player in the country, a girl from Westside High School in Clemson's backyard in Anderson, South Carolina. When she comes out, I do believe that we will land her. But to that question, we got to continue to land the big-time players in the state. And what does that look like when those players are leaving or not having the success that they are having elsewhere?
Right. Shout out to Pharaoh Get In says NC State played the Trojans this Sunday, so we get a look at them before we see them and the Gamecocks play next weekend. And Jomama gets in. Did I say that right? I don't want to mispronounce it. Says Lay only had 6 points tonight. Probably wasn't it. Ball probably wasn't in her hand. Could be one of those things where they jumped out on them really fast. You know what I'm saying? And then
I mean, they put up 30 in the first quarter, so
right. So and also maybe again, I didn't get to see the game. None of us got to see the game. Maybe she's trying to work on her overall game and not just being a fast break, because we knew she was a bucket in the fast break. We knew she could get streaky and hit some threes, but like maybe she's trying to be an all-around player. I'm telling you, sometimes that thing rub off. I feel like Florida is an all-around player. Maybe some of that's like, hey, one night you might have to go for 21. Next night you might have to have 6. Just play some defense. That's what I'm interested to see. I want to see the help side defense. If the help side defense is there from Fuwale, I'll say she has definitely improved because it was not good last year.
Yeah, outside of the help side defense, man, if she don't get a mid-range game, I just don't see how she's gotten better. Like I said, we talked about this even last season. Like I said, we know she can get to the basket. We know she can jack the 3, but the mid-range game, I mean, that's where you're gonna live at the high school level, college level, at the W. You know what I'm saying? If you just want to be better, you got to have that mid-range game. Quick as she is, she got to have it in her bag.
That's right. Appreciate everybody getting in the comments today. Appreciate everybody viewing that's not in the comments. Make sure y'all join us every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Thursdays on the Fanatic is Gamecock Takeover because it's the stat line with Jeff, the stat guy, talking Gamecock football. And then we follow that up with Chuckin Buckets talking Gamecocks women's basketball. And again, we will be dropping some videos, periodically throughout the season to preview some of the games that don't happen before Thursday and Friday and things of that nature. So listen, hopefully everybody come in. You know what I'm saying? We want to grow the Chuckin Bucket family. Y'all been really supportive over the last 3 years. We're trying to give y'all more and more content. The more y'all react, the more y'all view, the more content. We started out where I think we was just Chuckin Buckets was just talking all basketball, and then the South Carolina women's Gamecock women's basketball fans showed up. We did 4 videos. Y'all loved it. The next year we did 8. This year we say, hey, we're going to do it all season. As long as y'all show up, we do it because that's what we like. We might not always be right, but we just out here checking buckets. We out of here.
Peace.